Right, everyone. A big hello to all the amazing BS in Information Systems OJT students from Carlos Hilado Memorial State University. I'm really excited to be here with you today. Now, don't worry, this isn't going to be some dry, boring legal lecture. Think of this as your personal OJT survival guide. We're going to break down the Cybercrime Prevention Act, or RA 10175, into what you actually need to know to start your careers on the right foot, with confidence, and most importantly, with integrity. So, you ready? Let's get into it. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll talk about why this law is even a thing for you. Then, we'll get clear on what a cybercrime actually is. After that, we'll cover the really important part, the key rules for your OJT. Then we'll look at the high stakes, the penalties, and we'll wrap it all up by talking about your responsibility as a true professional. It's all you need to know. All right, let's jump right into Section 1. You are about to walk into a professional IT world, into your host training establishment, or HTE. And this is where the law, specifically Republic Act 1075, suddenly becomes very, very real for you. See, it's not just some textbook concept anymore, it's the official rule book for the digital space you're about to work in. And this quote right here, from the law itself, gets straight to the point. The whole reason this law exists is to protect our digital infrastructure, the computers, the networks, the databases, and all the information inside them. As an OJT, you're not just a trainee anymore. You are officially becoming a guardian of this environment. That's a pretty big deal, right? Okay, moving on. To play the game, you've got to know the rules and the terms. So in Section 2, we're going to define what we're actually talking about. What is a cybercrime? Let's break down a few key terms from the law, because these are the words that draw the lines you cannot cross. First up, computer system. When you hear that, you might picture a big server rack in a cold room, but the law defines it so much more broadly. At your HTE, a computer system is, well, it's everything. The servers, yes, but also every desktop, every laptop, the entire network, and even a company phone if they give you one. It's the whole shebang. And next, computer data. Same story here. Think bigger. This isn't just about top secret files. It's literally any piece of information on that computer system. The customer database, that's data. The source code you're working on, data. Internal company emails, financial spreadsheets, project plans, you name it. It's all protected. Okay, now I need you to lean in for this one. This phrase, without right, is maybe the single most important concept for you to understand as a trainee. It means doing something you don't have permission for, or, and this is key, going beyond the permission you were given. You could have the best intentions in the world. Maybe you see a bug and think, I can fix that. But if your supervisor didn't explicitly tell you to, that's without right. So, now that we know the lingo, let's get down to brass tacks in Section 3. What does this mean for you, day in and day out? We're going to cover 4 simple, core rules for you to live by during your OJT. Think of this as your personal code of conduct to keep you safe and professional. Rule number 1 is crystal clear, and it is non-negotiable. When your company gives you access to their systems, it is a privilege. It is not an all-access backstage pass to their entire digital world. Your access is strictly limited to what you need to do your job. I know you're curious, that's what makes you good at what you do, but curiosity is never an excuse to wander into digital rooms you weren't invited into. So, in the real world, what does this look like? It means avoiding illegal access. Just because you can see a folder labeled executive salaries, it doesn't mean you should try to open it. It also means avoiding illegal interception. Don't fire up a network sniffer like Wireshark just to see what's going on, unless your supervisor is standing right there telling you to. Your mantra needs to be, stay in your assigned lane. All right, rule number 2. Your job is to be a builder, not a breaker. Remember, as a trainee, you are there to learn, to help out, and to contribute under supervision. It is absolutely not your place to go rogue and start changing, deleting, or messing with company data or how their systems work. This means you have to avoid data interference. Don't tweak a line of code or change a number in a database just to see what happens. And you have to avoid system interference. This can even be accidental, like plugging in your personal USB and introducing a virus, or running a script that crashes the network. Your actions have very real consequences. Let's move to rule number 3. As information systems students, you live and breathe data. And a lot of that data is about people. It's about customers, clients, and even your coworkers. That information isn't just a string of characters, it's their digital identity. and you have to treat it with the highest level of respect.
So this means you must steer clear of computer-related identity theft. For example, never, ever use a coworker's password. Even if they say, hey, just use mine for a second, it's a huge no-no. If you're given access to a customer list for a task, that is the only thing you use it for. No copying it, no sharing it, no keeping it for later, period.
And that brings us to our final rule, number 4. Every single thing your company gives you, a laptop, a password, a piece of software, is a professional tool. It's been given to you for a specific work-related reason. It is not your personal tech playground. This rule specifically targets the misuse of devices. On a basic level, don't install games or unauthorized programs on your work machine, but it goes deeper. You guys have skills. Do not use those skills to write a script that could bypass security or create a tool that could crack a password. Just making a tool like that, even if you never use it, can be a serious crime. Okay, we've laid out the rules of the road. Now, in Section 4, we have to talk about what happens if you break them. We're going to look at the legal penalties. And look, the point of this isn't to scare you. It's to make sure you understand that this is serious business. This is essential knowledge for any IT professional. So let's ask the big question. What really happens? I mean, this isn't like breaking a school rule where you might get a bad grade. These are actual laws, and breaking them has severe, life-altering consequences for your future. Just take a look at this. See that phrase, prison mayor? Let me tell you what that means. That is a prison sentence of 6 years and 1 day up to 12 years. 12 years. And that's on top of huge fines that start at 200,000 pesos. A serious mistake here doesn't just get you kicked out of your OJT, it can completely destroy your career before it even has a chance to start. And that brings us to our final and honestly our most important section. Your OJT is ground zero for your career. This is the moment you stop being just a student and you start becoming a professional. And with that title comes a whole new level of responsibility. And here's a critical point. Your responsibility isn't just about your own actions. The law is very clear that helping someone else commit a cybercrime, or even just trying to commit one yourself, is also a punishable offense. So if a buddy at work asks you to do something that feels sketchy, saying no isn't just the right thing to do, it's what the law demands to protect yourself. Please let this one thought stick with you. Your OJT is so much more than just a requirement for graduation. It's the first page in the story of your career. The choices you make, the trust you earn, the integrity you show, that's what's going to define you to every boss and every colleague you'll ever have. Let's circle all the way back to the beginning. This quote from the law says it all. The work you're about to do is vital. It's crucial for our country's growth. You're not just taking a trainee position, you are stepping into an industry that powers our entire economy. And with that comes the profound duty to be ethical, to be responsible, and to protect the systems we all rely on. So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Everything we talked about, it all comes down to this. Your professional reputation, the foundation for your whole career, doesn't start when you get your first big paycheck. It starts on day 1 of your OJT. It's built on your integrity, not just your technical skills. So the question is, how are you going to build yours? Thank you so much, and I wish you the very best of luck.